God, yo. Why the did I just look down? Okay, I'm done. No, I'm done.
This video was taken just a few seconds before I saw my life and the life of my ACL pass before my eyes. Before this moment, my cousin and I had skipped the ski class. We spent about an hour on the bunny slopes, and we had gotten so confident on the bunny slopes that we decided to try a bigger slope. Big mistake. Big mistake. While I don't have video of what happened, it went a little something like this. Thankfully, we weren't actually hurt. There were no broken bones or teared tendons, but this was the beginning of my love for skiing. Nowadays, I like to take a ski trip every winter because why not? Black girls ski too. We deserve to experience this. So in this video, I dive into the best places to ski, the do's and don'ts of skiing, as well as how to ski in a way that is environmentally responsible. And lastly, I'll drop down some links to some Black-owned ski companies for ski gear as well as a Black-owned ski resort. So stay tuned for that. But first, let me introduce myself. Hi, hello, Wamna buddy. It's JoJo. If you want to travel the world, but you don't want to be a bad tourist, please join me. I'm a diversity facilitator, a PR specialist, and a conscious traveler. I help people travel responsibly so that we don't replicate colonization, contribute to climate change, disrespect local communities, or appropriate the cultures of the places that we visit. So let's get to it. This episode is sponsored by the letter S for SoulTrack. SoulTrack is a nonprofit that aims to connect Black, Indigenous, and people of color to outdoor activities. No, obviously SoulTrack did not sponsor this video with money, but I was blessed to be able to join SoulTrack's annual ski and snowboarding trip. Without SoulTrack, I probably wouldn't have taken an actual ski class, probably wouldn't have given skiing a second chance. I'm so grateful for this organization that I had to give them a shout out. If you're in the DMV area, check them out. And if you're not in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, please support this organization by visiting their website's donation page. In this first part of the video, I'll go over some do's and don'ts. Before you even start to plan your ski trip, please do get your passes in advance, whether it's a daily, weekend, or seasonal pass. You don't want to wait until you actually get to the ski resort. Also, don't visit the ski resort on a holiday weekend. It's very tempting, but those tend to have long lines. They are the busiest time for ski resorts. If you do have to go on a holiday weekend, make sure you go early in the day. Also, if you're a beginner at skiing, do choose a place with a diversity of slopes. That was my mistake. For my first time skiing, I went to Massanutten Resorts. It's a wonderful resort. Would totally go there again, but there isn't a good medium between the bunny slopes and the advanced slopes. Also, do not go skiing at night if you are a beginner skier. That was another mistake that we made. Do prep your skin with lotions and shea butter, especially if you are a melanated queen like myself. You want to make sure that you don't end up with dry skin at the end of your skiing activities. Also, please do stretch before you even get into your ski suit. It's really important that you have limber legs and that you don't pull a muscle while you're skiing. It's not going to be fun to try to get off the snow with a pulled muscle. Do wear layers on layers on layers, and double up on socks. Please do wear water-resistant clothes, not cotton. Cotton tends to hold moisture, so if it gets wet, it's going to be wet all day. And don't be like me, do not forget your goggles. Also, if you are going to be skiing between trees or near trees, it's a good idea to wear a helmet. Do pick the right skis for your height. This is super important for safety reasons. Please do always start with the bunny slopes for practice. Even if you've been skiing before, I think the bunny slopes just helps you to get warmed up and back into that, that mindset of skiing and just remembering all the things that you have to do. As you're skiing, do focus on your feet. You want your shins to touch the front of your boots. You're standing on the balls of your foot. If you're skiing with someone, do not ski parallel to that person. One person goes first and then the other one goes after them. That's the safest way to ski with someone else. And anytime you jump into a ski lift, please do use the safety bar. I have no idea why people don't. And as you get off of the ski lift, it's really important that you move to the side, or else someone could hit you as they're coming off. Now, if you plan on taking a ski class or you've been skiing before, you probably already know this, but do not use your sticks as brakes. Your sticks are there to support your balance. They are not brakes. The brakes, the things that help you stop, are actually your ski blades. And in order to stop, you kind of have to create more friction by making a V shape. And if you want to go faster, you create less friction and move your ski blades in a parallel position. As you're skiing, do not lock your knees. Keep them apart. Keep your knees slightly bent. And you want your knees to be parallel to each other. That's how you protect your knee joints. In this section of the video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the environmental impacts of skiing. And let's discuss how we can ski in a way that is environmentally responsible. For me, I am an environmentalist. I believe in climate change, and I want to make sure that whatever I do, I'm not contributing to climate change. Unfortunately, skiing, especially as the temperature of the earth warms up, skiing has become more and more environmentally damaging. Here are a few ways that skiing contributes to environmental degradation. Building a ski resort can be damaging to the vegetation, and it compacts the soil, making it hard for plants to grow. Deforestation is also a huge problem with ski resorts. North American ski resorts especially, most of the skiable terrain is located within very forested areas, so it requires a large amount of clear cutting to create these ski trails. Obviously, cutting down trees and these vegetation, it affects not just the plants, but the wildlife in the area. You are essentially evicting the native wildlife. Species like birds, bears, and even big cats like mountain lions and bobcats. Also, insects will take a hit when we cut down trees for ski resorts. One of the major concerns with skiing is the use of water. As the global temperature warms, we have shorter and shorter winters, and warm temperatures due to climate change means that we get less snowfall in general. And so to compensate for that, a lot of these ski resorts, nearly all of the ski resorts, have to make snow. They're making snow with drinking water, and so this artificial snow really takes a toll on our water systems, especially the further west you go, where water is already very, very scarce. So there are also some pretty huge fossil fuel emissions associated with skiing, because after they make this artificial snow, they have to, what they call, groom the slopes so that they are skiable. And a lot of the slope groomers, a lot of the machinery that they use for that, they require fossil fuels like diesel and gas. Lastly, there are some pretty horrible working environments associated with ski resorts. There are some ski towns that are pretty deserted on the off season, and then as soon as the winter comes, Workers are bussed in from surrounding areas, and those workers aren't paid very well. This is one of the reasons why I always support raising the minimum wage. The hospitality industry in general has some of the worst cases of exploitation. The reason why I'm talking about workers' rights as we discuss the environmental degradation of skiing is because it's not enough to just save the planet. We want to save the planet so that people can have better lives. When I learned that skiing was bad for the environment, I was tempted to let go of my newfound love forever. Frankly, I wasn't ready to completely let go of skiing, but I will take responsibility for my actions. And so here are a few tips for how to ski responsibly, consciously, in a way that's more sustainable. My first tip is about location and time. Although our winters get shorter and shorter, we need to make sure that we're skiing at the height of winter. If you can time it, you really want to ski after the region has had a really good influx of snowfall. That is the way that you can ensure that your skiing is having the least amount of environmental impact. And obviously, anytime you travel, it's good to travel in groups. Traveling by train or bus or car will have a less impact on the environment than traveling by plane or, traveling on your own. Anytime I am engaging in an outdoor activity, I travel with the philosophy of leave no trace or leave it better than you found it. And so that means don't litter, don't leave things behind, take responsibility for your trash. But also, if you see trash, just pick it up, find the nearest dumpster, and throw it away. So I read an article that said off-resort skiing is the most environmentally sustainable way to ski, but at the same time, that is the most dangerous. And so as someone who is kind of I would say I'm a beginner to immediate skier, I'm not going to go off-resort skiing, but maybe one day if I'm with a group of people, that would be something that I'm interested in. Another way that we can ski in a more sustainable way is to research the ski resorts that we go to and make sure that they are abiding by certain environmental standards. The National Ski Association, as well as an organization called Save Our Snow, and the Loco 2 organization are great places for resources on which ski resorts have the least environmental impact. In this last section, I'm going to talk about the best places to ski, and I'm also going to name drop and shout out some Black-owned ski companies. So if you're on the Northeast, like me, if you're on the East Coast, I've done the research for both of us. The best place to ski is Jiminy Peak in Massachusetts. They were highlighted on the SOS website. That was the organization I mentioned before. Now, if you're on the West Coast, the best place to ski is Wolf Creek in Colorado. It's powered by 100% renewable energy. And for my Mid-Atlantic people, Massanutten, Virginia was awarded the National Ski Area Association Awards for 2023. But please note that this is the place where I skied in the very beginning of this video. It's not the best place for beginners because there just isn't a lot of variety of slopes. I love this place. I would totally visit again. But if you're an absolute beginner, maybe go to another ski resort, or at least if you get to Massanutten, make sure you take a skiing class. I also think it's great for family trips as well. Now, the best ski resort for beginners is Whiteface Mountain in New York. It's also powered by 100% renewable energy, and they have a great variety of ski slopes. Now, if you're an advanced skier, the best places to go are out west, or baby, make it an international trip and go to Austria, France, or Italy. Take them skills around the world. The ski resort with the best prices that I saw was Mount Abraham in Maine. The price for both ski rentals and lift tickets were less than $100. They were also highlighted on the SOS website as a resort that is environmentally responsible. Now, I couldn't find any Black-owned ski resorts, but I did find a Black-owned resort that is located in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, very, very close to a number of ski resorts. And that place is Salamander Resort and Spa. It is beautiful, a little bit on the expensive side, but I think it's totally worth it. So you could book a stay at Salamander Resort and Spa, but you could ski at one of the nearby ski resorts using a day pass or a weekend pass. Two Black-owned companies that I wanted to shout out is Roam Loud and Serious Innovation. So that concludes my ski vlog and my do's and don'ts for skiing. If you're picking up when I'm dropping down, please share this video with a friend, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I have so many more tips and so many more vlogs that I want to share with y'all. And if all of those things are just too much time and effort, then at least learn how to brake because you don't want to run into someone's kid while you're skiing.